right, we're back with another You Shoot. Only the bravest in the business will do it. Who says that? Who says, ask me anything you want? I'll give you an answer. I'll tell you who says that. Jersey guys. That's who says that, and that's who does that, and that's who I have here. DDP, thank you.
What's up, Sean?
Your fans, thank you as well. They have a lot they want to know.
Cool. And I'll tell you what I want you to know.
Okay. Tell you what he thinks you should know.
And if I think it's none of your business, I'll go, it's none of your fucking business.
We're all straight shooters here in the Garden State.
That's the way it is, man. If I don't like you, I'm going to tell you, I don't fucking like you. I'm not going to go, hey, man, you're the best. Not going to do that.
A lot of those guys in the business, huh?
From time to time, yeah. I think more than anything, guys are afraid of losing their position.
Right.
And, you know, I've watched a lot of guys, and it's this history, you know, that get fucked, but they still make it on the way to the top. And when they get to the top, what do? They fuck that guy right back. But that's not who I am.
Early days. We're going to start in the early days. That's a fine place to start. Billy Bill from the HardcoreNetworkWebs.com. What inspired you to become a wrestler? What did you want to do when you were young?
Okay. When I was 8 years old, I was fascinated with wrestling. By the time I was 12, I was like, I want to be one of those guys. You know, I mean, I really thought that that was going to be what I was going to do. And then I got football, you know, and I really hockey, loved both of those sports. So wrestling went on the back burner. And then when I was 17, I got pulled back in again with handsome Jimmy Valiant. Loved him, man. I thought he was ridiculously handsome. He's the first guy that had like the really long hair. You know, it was the 70s, you know, and I was like, man, that guy's cool as hell. I want to be him. And then, of course, Superstar came out. Dusty would come that. You know, all those guys. I was like, man, I got to do this. And a buddy of mine from Point Pleasant, New Jersey, name was John Shipley. He was another one. And we talked about wrestling all the time. We were like, they're having a show at Asbury Park, the convention center. So we went. I'll never forget, you know, 21, come around the outside. Have you ever been to convention hall?
No.
It goes out over the ocean. And so the guys would come out and hang outside. They're cool, because there's no fucking AC in that place or anything. It's like a death hole to wrestle in. And so we came around, and there's Valentine. Now, I'm 21, so Valentine's about 4 years older than me, so maybe he's 25 or 26, but his old man was Johnny Valentine, sure. You know, second-generation wrestler. He was in a great spot at that age. And I came around the outside. Hammer, how do we get into wrestling? Fuck off. Walked back in. That was my first meeting with a wrestler. Or actually talked to me.
Did you ever tell Greg that story?
Yes, and he denies it. Because, you know, he's one of the nicest guys on the planet. I've been to Afghanistan with Valentine. Actually, Nikolai, me, him, and Jimmy Hart. The four of us were there, and Valentine walks up to me. We're at one of the fobs. You know, we would go they know I'd go anywhere. And so they sent us out to this one fob that none of the entertainers ever go to. And we're there, and they got all the guns, all the stuff. It's pretty amazing, you know, all the toys those guys have, you know, for destruction. And we're walking back, and Valentine goes, Dallas, did you hear those? These guys got bombed last night. They got bombed. They go, yeah? This is my fourth time. Yeah, I've been to Iraq 3 times. This is my 4th time. I'm like, where the fuck you think you were going?
Exactly.
Disneyland?
Not at the amusement park.
But then that night, we're leaving, you know, the arena, and Gorilla Monsoon goes from the ring. It reminds me, I would do this years later, grabbing his bags out of the ring, like he come down the steps, grabbing his bags, and walk right out with everybody. It is gimmick and everything. And they were like, oh my God, there's Gorilla. We gotta go ask him. How do you ask him? And he gave John a name, Tito, can't remember Tito Ortiz, not Tito Ortiz, the UFC fighter. Not the MMA, he's a buddy of mine. Tito Ortiz, it was something like that. I can't remember Tito's last name right now. But he was a guy who, was a jobber for the WWE, but would work, and he was Puerto Rican, so he had a, he'd have a better spot there, and then he had his little school that was literally not bigger than this room, and the ring just fit in there. And
In Jersey?
in Jersey City. So we drive up once a week, which you can never learn to wrestle once a week. But yeah, what do I know? I'm 22 years old, 21 years old. And I wrestled 2 months, 8 times. So I'm gonna go out and have my first independent match, which was horrible. The third one was horrible.
What year are we talking here?
1978. I actually have a card, but it's a paper. It's white paper that's folded over and made into a little program that's
Right.
one of the indie shows, and I ended up going up to Toronto, and the 2 old boys. Now I looked like I was going to be somebody. I had the long hair. I had a robe that had Nobody's Boy on the back of it. It was like gold satin, gold for the robe. The little trunks in the beginning, because I was 22 years old. The boots with stars on them. And I had my tattoos, my star here. And these weren't these big tattoos. They were smaller ones. And I had a tag team match. And back then, a finish was a clothesline. And those 2 sons of bitches, they were the old boys. They were 40, like way younger than me now. And they got me in the corner and they stiffed the fuck out of me. I mean, like, I thought it cracked my ribs. It was so bad. They just pummeled me in the corner like, you think you got to look, huh? Welcome to the real world. Bam, bam, bam. Finish is supposed to be a clothesline on me. I came off that rope, I hit that fucker in the face so hard. I mean, because I didn't give a shit. I'm still a 20-year-old kid. I'm thinking, you let me out of here, motherfucker? Because I can't do anything.
Yeah.
I am shoot, wrap, trapped, and bam, bam, bam. I hit that motherfucker in the face. It's supposed to be a finish with a clothesline. That partner came in, bam, hit me in the back of the head. Now it's like a shoot fight, bringing threw me over the top fucking rope. I torqued my knee. This knee was hit by a car when I was a kid. So I torqued my knee. This knee, I hit 42 miles an hour. I fly 42 feet from impact from a 12-year-old, getting hit in the knee, face off the hood, I fly. So this knee's pretty fucked up. Right. So I hit that. Now I can't get back in there. And I'm not going to crawl in and let him fucking finish me, so I get DQ'd. So now I'm limping to go to the back. I'm like, I got to fight my way out of here. I'm fucked, And I came in from the backside. I was looking for her to get to my bag. And the other guy, not the guy I hit, the other guy came back around, went, slapped me on the back. He goes, way to fight back, kid.
Because you took care of yourself.
Right.
So
but my knee was screwed up, so I never went back because my knee was screwed up. The other guy, nothing ever happened. Grabbed my shit and left. But I ended up getting my first nightclub, small little bar with a band in it. So my first time of that, and I've been in bar business, bartending, bar back, all that stuff, bouncing. So now I'm running the place, and it's the booze, the broads, and the party. And I just sort of never went back. And then wrestling blew up huge in the 80s, and I was so pissed, I stopped watching. I was like so pissed that I didn't pay my dues, because obviously I knew that there was something there for me, and I didn't pay my dues. I didn't put the work in. So I stopped watching until Jesse started doing color. And when I saw Jesse Ventura, I was like, that fucker's awesome. I want to be him, and I got dressed up for Halloween, and it just became like back to being fun with me. And then I ended up running a club in Fort Myers, Florida, and that's where the whole Diamond Dallas Page thing came
We'll get
from.
there. We'll get there. We're
Just to
gonna
let you know, you got to cut me off, dude.
I'm gonna. Stu, he might talk more than Cornette. I'm not sure. We'll find out.
Yes, I do.
Stu says, Dear DDP, big fan of yours. I always consider you the Cinderella story of wrestling. Was hoping you could answer a question